Are you an FPL addict? Do you make rash transfer decisions and points chase? Do you panic as deadline approaches and take hits that always backfire? Does your wife get frustrated when you get up at 3 AM to listen to deadline streams? Introducing FPL FOMO gloves. Feel the freedom of being unable to make reckless transfer decisions. No need to worry about hits backfiring. FOMO gloves, your FPL friends. Each glove sold separately. Not suitable for other recreational purposes.
Sorry. That is your February moment of madness. Thank you, Caroline, for playing. Oh boy, guys. Okay. Where to begin? I guess we all watched the game this morning. I don't think too many of us will be particularly happy. Let me get myself in there. Right, hopefully we can do this all in one take. He said hopefully. Okay, that should look fairly okay. He said hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Face value. It's not too bad. Still got 3 doublers to go. I'm a triple captain. There's a bit of green there, but at one point, folks, at one point, that was running at, I think it was about 200k green at one point. Before, obviously, Arsenal coughed up their goal. It's a great game. I thoroughly enjoyed it, to be honest with you. And Brentford thoroughly enjoyed to get something out of that game. It would have been an injustice if they hadn't. That's my football hat on, my FPL hat on. Oh, fucking hell, that's a freaking game. What ifs, buts, maybes, so near but yet so far. I was just inside the top 500k at one point. It's currently sitting on about 40k green. There were moments of relief in there as well. I bet all of our hearts, certainly the triple captainers, or indeed the Gabriel captainers, I bet your hearts were in your mouth when he committed that foul of having picked up the yellow in the first half. You know the one I'm talking about. I don't need to detail it. I thought he was going to go. I really did. And I thought, oh, fuck's sake, there's prophet of doom once more, because I said that in the deadline video. I said, what could go wrong? You know, when the turtle was, I did the turtle toss to decide whether I was going to triple captain or not. He did indeed do a toss, a full toss off the rampart. He's going to do one today. I blame you for this, mate. I blame him. So it's not over yet. Still might come right, but yeah, 9-pointer. I think we were all hoping for a bit more out of that, and as I said, it was cracking into the I'd broken the top 500k, which would have been a great situation to be in going into the second leg of this double. Not a lot else to report, really. Yeah, I think we're probably all feeling a little frustrated, aren't we? The ones that will not be feeling frustrated at the moment, there's a long way to go, are the ones that didn't use their triple captain, or indeed went somewhere else with their captaincies. I think I spotted someone in our league has it on Madueke. Did say when Saka got injured a few weeks back, would I bring in Madueke? Would he be a minute's risk? And he may well be for the second game, of course, because it looks like Saka could be making his return. So Madueke may well be dropping to the bench. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. What if, buts, maybe. So many things in this game. Tarkowski just missing out on his DEFCON. Matthias Nunes, the early sub. Hill, what a hero. Raya so far just on the same points as Verbruggen. The key point of bringing Raya in was just getting frustrated with Verbruggen, who did, of course, as per usual, concede a late goal. So still might be up on the deal there. Palmer, what a hero. Fantastic, except for that bloody miss right at the bloody death, which my nan could have put in when she was 95. But still, 12-pointer, definitely something I have to think about on the captaincy for the next game week. Rice, at least he got his DEFCON. Enzo's got to go, but obviously can't really do that with Burnley coming up. Mbemo, great. Lovely goal from Sesko, by the way, wasn't it? and a nice ball in from Mbemo. But yeah, Mbemo's been so consistent. Bruno, to be honest with you, there's no real damage done there. Bruno's points are almost meaningless now. In fact, it'd be no harm if he has a few blanks, as long as Mbemo's getting a few things, and people sell off Bruno, because Bruno will come back. So, and just everyone's got him at the moment. And Haaland. Is there an injury there? Is there a concern going forward? I do not wish injury upon anyone. I really, really don't. I want to see the best players out in the field, and come what may. But if there is a doubt around him, there are players I would absolutely love to put into that spot, and it clearly frees up some money. Listen, the game week, it's not done, obviously. 40,000 ish green, and let's hope for a bit better in the next part of this double. I'll talk a little bit about the game week 27 as it is. That's how I'm lined up at the moment. I have a big decisions, and hopefully you guys can see the spreadsheet. Now, I'm just going to say on the spreadsheet below, it's actually just a work in progress at the moment, projecting out to the potential blanks and doubles. But even when I just filled it out this morning, there may be mistakes, and that's why I say don't take it to the bank. I just tried to fill it out quickly before I did this video, as who's obviously still in the cup, and try and work out, and that will become a lot clearer, and I'll make sure it's 100% accurate by the time we get past this round of FA Cup matches, by the time I do the final game week wash up and start to think about locking my team in for the next game week. But a few things, even just filling it out this morning, provided I haven't got any mistakes in there, sort of jumping out at me. So listen, my team is good. Where are my problems? I want to ditch Tarkowski. Do I bench boost in 27? What do I want to do as a chip strategy? Where do I want to use the free hit, and where do I want to have some transfers built up for? No, I don't have the answers to those questions yet. But filling that out this morning just gave me some thoughts, some thoughts. Just if I look at it in my own spreadsheet here. So the first thing that jumps out at me is what a horrible bunch of fixtures that is in 33. And the actual blank 34, they actually are some pretty nice fixtures. Now, there will obviously be changes in my team going forward as we move towards 33 and 34, but I've only got a limited amount of transfers. It's just it's got, because I did say maybe the thing to do is don't worry about this bench boost in game week 33, and just do a free hit, and if there are enough doublers, just get 15 doublers out that way, and then have enough transfers in hand then to make sure I've got a full team going out in blank 34. And having just filled this out, and it's all still in draft format, so please do not take any of this to the bank just yet, that's almost cementing that decision to me to a degree. There's a horrible bunch of fixtures in 33 anyways, and I may want some of them, but also, there's assets there which have got horrible fixtures that I will want to bring forward, And I listen, this is very draft. Let's go back to the beginning. Do I do a bench boost in 27? And can I sort out some of my issues? Well, I think if I follow that strategy for 33 and 34, I could sort out Tarkowski. Who do I like? Well, even more so this morning after seeing the games. You see, I've had Brentford at the top of my watch list for quite some time now, because I see that run of fixtures. There's a really nice run of fixtures there. Brentford are also one of the teams that's out of the FA Cup, as are Man United. Now, I've actually got not too much problem with having that would obviously save me some transfers if I did bring in a Brentford asset or two that will be there for blank 34. And I put Brentford in as a team as opposed to players at the moment, but defensively, Collins, Potter, always a go threat. I like Collins a lot. Collins has, so many times in the past I've wanted to go for Collins, and it just hasn't worked out that haven't brought him in, and then he's just gone on these mad runs where he's getting goals and assists and clean sheets and picking up big points. Bringing in Collins, especially if I was to do a bench boost, would sort out the Tarkowski situation, and then maybe I do turn Barnes and just take that one hit and turn Barnes into Krupi Jr., who I think will be back. He will get minutes. But hopefully he would actually get the start. Krupi Jr. for Bournemouth, who've also got a pretty decent fixture. West Ham. It made for a really decent bench boost. That it really would. I thought Robbie looked really good. Really good this week. Alderete, if anything, is probably the bigger one. He just hasn't hit his DEFCON for quite a while. But again, not a bad fixture. Fulham do blank a fair bit away from home. Sunderland bounce back after the Arsenal defeat. I am sorely tempted by it. It would mean I'd sort out the Tarkowski problem. I'd get my bench boost out of the way, and I can really focus in as things become more transparent around how this double 33 and blank 34 is working out. But going that path of the free hit 33 and just eking in players that shouldn't be blanking in 34, and some will end up, we'll get a fuller picture after these cup games, because some of those blank 34s may start to fill out a little bit after these cup games, and from the draw we might get a further idea of who might. I think it's my favourite path. I'm not making a decision. We're obviously going to see how these cup games go. Because the other problem then I do want to sort out, and it could afford me the opportunity to do it, that I might actually have that extra transfer who I could use before that sort of 33. It's moving Enzo out, and that there's so many much better options out there at the moment than Enzo to take up a position. In that sort of 5 million to 8 million, you've got your Dewsbury Halls or Garner, Everton. I know Everton are great, but Garner just keeps plugging along at his 4 and 5 points. You've got Anderson at Forest. Worry there is, will his role change at all with the new manager coming in? But maybe there's the new manager bounce. Another one to think about. I'm not sure if Forest out of the cup as well. That doesn't mean obviously that they won't be doubling, but let's getting that balance across. There's some really good options there. Look, could just throw someone in instead of Enzo, free up a bit of money for future needs as we approach 33 and 34 and whatever I need to do in terms of transfers, and just that asset that's just going to pick up that solid 4-5 points on a weekly basis, who will outscore or almost, even though it's really boring, be up there, with as it is at the moment, certainly beating Enzo's averages, not too far behind an Mbemo who's on 6.2 for the last 5 game weeks, who we all love Mbemo. Or even Haaland, who's just ticking along. I haven't updated this fully yet, but so will that have changed? No, Haaland's won't have changed much, ticking along at a 5-6 point average. Just bring in a solid little jobber, a DEFCON boy, 4 points, 5 points, 6 points, 7 points, grand. And there's so many good options there that are be doing so much better than Enzo. Now, of course, Enzo may go out and bag some points. I've got mistakes in there. I can see that already, guys. I will have this properly as I'm looking at it, properly updated when we get to the full game week wash up. I was just trying to do a very quick job this morning. It's just giving you some of my thoughts. But I think, and I'd say it's about 60-40, and there are about 3 elements within this 60-40, all of which I'm 50-50 on. I know who's going to like me saying this, but I do think I like the idea of that bench boost in 27. Get it out of the way. It's there. The fixtures are there. It gives me again that opportunity to sort out an issue, the Tarkowski issue, and bring in a better asset with great fixtures going forward that doesn't blank in 34, and that will start to fit maybe into my strategy. Just doing a really good free hit in 33 and getting a full. And who's to say? Maybe there's not even going to be enough teams doubling to actually have a 15 out, anyways. Yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. Those are my thoughts. How is your game week going, anyways? It's not good, you know. I don't think it's I don't think it's great all round. You know, a lot of the big assets failing to fire again. Haaland, the early sub, so he didn't come in with any big points. The Liverpool strikers misfiring. Strikers and midfielders not getting anything. You know, highly owned assets once more not delivering. So this, if this was a normal game week and it sort of shut off here and there were no triple captaincies going around and just a normal captaincy, it would once more be a very low scoring game week. But we've got GW26, Rhea, Gabrielle, Bryce, triple captaincy on Gabrielle. 200k rank rise is still there, I guess. You know, but just I saw that from this morning. Just the clean sheet would have done it, but when it was wiped out, boom, it was gone. But just a few points I picked up, you know, meant a decent sized green. So just can keep our fingers and toes crossed for a really big one next week. But of course we have the FA Cup matches to come, so who knows what might happen in that. I guarantee you something will happen. I guarantee you something will happen. There's going to be all the things that I've just talked about right now, as my thoughts going forward will disappear into thin air. Anyway, get me a FOMO glove back on. Take care, have fun, play your own game, don't panic. I will see you probably after the FA Cup match. There's not much point in doing anything more before then, and maybe not even till after the double. I think we just have to let this all ride out. I'll see you lot soon. Bye bye.